Today, we got another moveset video for you guys for Multiversus, this time featuring Samurai Jack. My next moveset attempt video is here. Samurai Jack is the character, like I just mentioned. So we will try this better. Now, the first time that I did this almost 2 weeks ago, I tried to do a moveset video for the Ice King from the Adventure Time. I tried that. I love doing it, but I feel like I could still make the videos a lot better. So I have a different way for a visual cue, better eyeball pleasing, if you will. So I'll try to explain it, but maybe if I feel like I'm not explaining it properly, like the moves that we will go over here in just a second, I might put up a quick little gameplay clip of the move that I'm trying to reference, so hopefully that's a little bit better. But I'm trying to improve this series because I really like doing this, but that video didn't really do too well. So we'll see how the improvements go, and hopefully maybe this catches on and we continue doing more, but Samurai Jack nonetheless. So the character, like I said, is Samurai Jack. The perk, however, as we see up top, it's a symbol for jumping, and that's going to be his perk. The perk itself, it's kind of based off of the jump good ability, which I do have for his up special. We'll get to that in a second though. But the perk idea I have is for higher jumping, and this will help with your teammate if you're doing a 2v2 battle. So the way I envision it, a little meter will fill up underneath the character. Once it's filled up, your second jump, when you jump a second time in the air, you will have increased jump height for that one jump. And same will go with your teammate. They will have increased jump height. It helps out both people, especially recovery-wise. And if you got like a slow character that's going to have possibly terrible recovery, an extra jump height will definitely help get back to the stage. So that's kind of the idea I had for the perk. We'll start with the first four, which are the special attacks. First up, for neutral special, I got a simple idea. He's going to be chucking some of those ninja throwing stars. He uses this in the battle against the Guardian?
Yes.
Question mark? I think it was the Guardian. It was somebody. He used these, and it's a simple idea. He takes the ninja throwing stars, and he'll have multiple, and he'll just rapidly throw them. They're not going to do a whole lot of damage, but they'll do a little bit, they'll do just a little bit of damage, like little to absolutely no knockback. It's just there for little bits of chip damage, but he's going to be able to rapidly throw 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, like as long as you keep pressing the button. So in a way, think of Fox's blaster and the same thing for Smash Bros, where he just fires it off and you just receive damage, no knockback whatsoever. So that's kind of the same idea that I have for the throwing stars. Hopefully that made sense. Next up, we got the side special, which is going to be a simple lunging to the side. Whatever, he's facing left. Or is this right? That's right for me. So if he's facing right, he does a lunging kick sideways. So this could also be very useful for covering distances, maybe trying to recover back on stage. Samurai Jack is going to be absolutely nuts. He's going to be able to come back off stage. Perfect, no problem, right? He's going to have so many different ways. Again, the jump good, his perk ability will help him with extra jump height. This, again, horizontal. Horizontal, that's the word. Horizontal kick sideways, whichever way he's facing. Hoya! Simple idea, I hope. And then the up special, like I mentioned, the jump good itself. And what does this do? He literally has like an extremely high jump. So in a way, kind of think of, without the spring though, but think Sonic in Smash Bros with the spring when he jumps up super high. Something like that. He doesn't have the spring again, but he just very high jump into the air, and then he kind of comes back down to, you'll have a little bit of control when he's coming back down where you try to land, but might be a little bit vulnerable, but we'll see how that one plays out. But jump good, nonetheless, up special. For down special, I don't know the name of the weapon, so hopefully these little screenshots that I put up in a second make a little bit more sense. But he's going to take this weapon and just kind of jab it forwards, and maybe slightly angled downwards. But what it does is, when he swings it or jabs it forward, if he makes contact with the opponent, he's going to, in a way, kind of impales them, but not impales them. So he kind of, scoops them up a little bit, and then he'll just swing them around. So he jabs forwards, and if he makes contact, or maybe even, it would make more sense if he makes contact with the person. So jabs it forwards, and then swings them around in a 360, and then they get launched. So hopefully that makes sense. It's a bit of a longer move because of, it's like a two-part move, but it's not two parts. It's just one move. It's one animation, right? If he makes the contact, then he does the swing. Otherwise, if he misses, he just sits there and he goes, oh, hit didn't register. So I'll just sit there going, try again. And I think to punish that, if you miss it, there will be significant end leg to it, so it's kind of like, all right, going for a big move here, gonna go for the damage, and then try to swing the opponent around and send him flying. If I miss, well, he's gonna kind of be like, oh, geez, I missed. Oh no, I got punched in the face. Something like that. Hopefully that made sense, and maybe the screenshots helped out a little bit. Now to the next 4 attacks, we got the jab, the forward tilt, the up tilt, and the down tilt. The jab itself is gonna be very, very simple. A karate chop. Yes, simple, right? And instead of a 1-2-3 hit jab combo, it's going to be a 1-2 hit combo. It's just going to be jab, jab. You know, left hand, right hand, or right hand, left hand, whichever way. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. But it's just going to be 2 jabs. Or just 1 jab. It's going to be the karate chop. Simple idea for that, right? Forward tilt, he's going to take a sharpened, I guess it's a spear in this case, but a quick spear, jab forward. Nothing too crazy. Again, tilt attacks, if that's what's in the game for Multiversus, it's meant to be a quicker attack, so nothing crazy, no extended long range lunging attack. It's just a quick little poke forward with a spear. Again, nothing crazy. Hopefully that made sense. It should have. It was very simple. For the up tilt, gonna take his katana, his sword, quick little overhead slice. Nothing long, nothing, you know, no long animation to it. Just a quick whoosh out. Just a nice little way to kind of cover above his head. It will be like a 9-3 or 3-9 motion when you think of a clock, the way he swings it. Again, not going to have a ton of range, but something that will be able to catch an opponent if they're standing on a platform above you, depending on how high platforms are off the ground. But if they're there, quick little swipe, going to catch them and knock them into the air a little bit. Maybe even at lower percentage. This could combo string into itself a couple times, so there you go with that. And then down tilt is good. I think the weapon he's using here is called a halberd, if I'm not mistaken. But what he does with this, a down tilt, again, if there's tilt attacks, it's supposed to be a bit faster than their stronger versions. So he takes the halberd and just kind of jabs it downwards. I know it's kind of like down special, but that's why I gave down special the extra, the jab and then scoop and spin. So this one, the halberd, he just jabs downwards at an angle. So there you go. Now for the strong attacks, we got forward strong, up strong, and down strong. First up for forward strong, very simple idea. He's going to take his big sword, the big katana, and just 2 hands overhead slash. Like, hopefully I put up a clip of Ike or Ganondorf, something along the lines of that type of animation. Takes the sword, swings it forward. Hopefully it connects. Again, swords should have pretty decent range to it, so it should cover quite a bit and would be a pretty punishing move for an opponent that's just kind of sitting there. So forward strong, pretty simple idea. The up strong, I'm going to take the, it's going to be a rising knee. That's what I'm calling this, a rising knee. But I'm going to take Captain Falcon and his forward air as an example. But this time he's doing it on the ground. It's not an air attack. This is just on the ground. But the rising knee, so he's on the ground and he lifts his knee up kind of at like a 45-degree angle upwards. So just a rising knee, but similar to, well, that of Captain Falcon. That made sense, right? It's a rising knee. You can't, I don't think I can make that much simpler, even though I'm trying to. So maybe I should stop. A rising knee, angled upward 45 degrees. Pretty big attack here, right? And should be able to catch some people above him, maybe falling back down. So, and especially since it's rising, he's going to be jumping off the ground just a little bit. So there, enough explanation. Now for the down strong, it's going to be a split kick. I'll be honest, I wasn't entirely digging this one, but I didn't have anything better, so I just went with the split kick. So basically drops down to the ground with one leg pointing to the left and to the right. So it'll catch the opponent if there's rolling in this game. If they try to dodge and, you know, they miss one leg and go to the other side, well, the hitbox from the other leg should be able to catch them if they're trying to, like, pass, the opponent's trying to pass through, if that makes sense. I said that so many times throughout this video. I hope this video does make sense. But I promise I tried to put, like, some effort and some thought into this. But, yeah, that is it for the strong attacks. And finally, for the air attacks, we got neutral air, forward air, up air, and down air. Again, I don't know if there's going to be back air, so I didn't include back air, so just got the 4 air attacks. So this one is again, neutral air, so you're in the air. So it's kind of somewhat similar to the down strong, but it's going to be a neutral air. It's going to be like an I pose. He sticks out both arms, sticks out both legs. So it's going to be like a big old, he's going to have coverage everywhere, right? Just simple idea. It's going to be kind of like a big old circle for a hitbox, right? Get anywhere close to his body. He's got all the limbs kind of flailing everywhere. He's bound to hit somebody, so it's a pretty decent, could be a decent landing option, if you will. It could be a decent combo extender depending on how much knockback this move might have. So just a simple idea for that. Then to the forward air. I originally wrote this down for a back air, but then I realized I don't have back air. So the forward air, he's going to take that spiky energy club that he has there, big ol' swing forward. It's like a mace, right? It's essentially a mace. And he's just big swing forward. Again, air attacks, they don't necessarily have a ton of startup or end lag. Well, maybe end lag, but not a ton of startup lag because you want the move to go through somewhat quickly. So forward air, again, just swing horizontally across his body, maybe, maybe angled upwards a little bit, whatever might seem better. So I'll just say horizontally for now. Just swings it horizontally, makes contact. It's another blunt melee weapon type option. So if there's any, I was going to say spears. They're not called spears in this game. They're perks. So if there's any perks that give additional benefits to melee weapon and increased damage or increased knockback or something like that, this move would definitely benefit from that. So depending on how strong forward air is, if you combine that with a perk that might have one of those aspects of increased damage or knockback, this could be a very, very solid KO option at, the later percentages for your opponent. So not bad there. Up air, this is a terrible picture, so I should have something a little bit better playing on screen, but it's just going to be a simple flip kick in the air, He does, well, he just flips and he kicks. It's a simple idea. I think Mario does this, so that's probably the clip I played, so hopefully that makes sense. But I took that from his video game. Which one was that called? I forget the one it's called. Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's a simple flip kick nonetheless. They'll have decent coverage, so, in front of him and overhead a little bit. So if the opponent's falling down, you want to kind of chase him with that. Nice, good old up air, big old kick. There you go, simple. And then the last attack that we have for Samurai Jack, the down air. This one, got to make use of the sword a little bit more, because what do I have? The up tilt, and then I only have the up tilt and forward strong for a sword attack. Is that weird, or is that good? I know it's Samurai Jack, and, he's used to his sword, but I try to go with variety. Let me explain the attack, first of all. So, down air, he takes the sword, and he slashes in a, again, think of a clock 3 to 9, or a 9 to 3 motion. He swings that beneath him, below him, so it's going to have good coverage. You want to try to spike an opponent with this. This will be a great move to try to do that with. So, hopefully, like I've said many times throughout the video, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully all these moves made sense. If you feel like anything might not fit, feel free to tell me your opinions down in the comments. I look forward to seeing what other people might come up with, because I like doing these moveset videos. They're very fun. I do try to put in a little bit more time into these to try to make sure they make sense, but then again, like I said, with Down Strong, I wasn't quite feeling that, but I couldn't really think of anything that maybe fit better, or I didn't find anything that I thought would fit better, so that's what I went with. Again, feel free to disagree, feel free to agree, whatever you want, but that is going to be it for this one. I hope this video does well in terms of views, because, if nobody's interested and nobody's really watching it, then I guess I don't want to continue it then, even though I love doing it, but I'll just have to wait and see how it does. But that is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.